Stomp, stomp, stomp. Growl!
Oh no, I peed. Hey friends, I'm here to do an experiment that I've been wanting to do for a little bit. And as you see, I'm in a secure place. I'm in my house, my humble abode. I know I gotta fire the decorator because the decorator is me. All I have is a bed and this here training dummy. So I got him up to, I believe it's level 126. So he's of a level that I would be fighting, right? If you don't know how to level these guys up, if you want to get them to 126, buy the highest level one that you can, and then you right click on them, select modify level, and hit increase level. Daybreak, if you are listening, could we get a second option or an easier way to level these guys up? Similarly, one to level them down, because it takes a while when you're going up one level at a time. And I think the currently the highest level dummy is level 105. So I had to sit here and hit this increase by one many times to get him to 126. So what is my experiment today after all that nonsense? I have been really curious about what mage pet does the most damage. Nothing else is going to be involved in this video, just the DPS. And I'm not going to buff them or anything first. No weapons or anything at first. We're going to try with weapons after to see if there's any real difference. I've done videos like this before, but at much lower level. And we kind of tested some of the various different weapons, including, rusties, like in the old days. We used to give our pet rusty weapons. But today, it's going to be 125, and we're going to start off with my favorite, the air pet. I'm not going to give him the haste buff or anything. He's just going to be what he is right now. I do have an, what is it? The enhanced minion earring. I think it's this one. Enhanced minion 31. Okay. On this particular earring. So he's decent, it's not the best enhanced minion item. It's definitely far from the worst enhanced minion item. So let's give him a couple of heals. I don't know, because this guy, I think he won't fight back, but he might riposte and cause a little damage. So, and I have here my log parser, so we're going to see what kind of damage I do to him. And I already screwed up because I should set a timer. So let's back off. Already screwed this up, guys. I really should set a timer. So we're going to use my phone here. Timer. No. Let's go stopwatch. That's usually what you do with this, right? So we're going to clear everything on the parser. So hopefully none of this is going to count. And I'm going to hit the stopwatch. We're going to go for about a minute. I think that would give us an accurate sampling of what he does. But as you can see here, he's hitting for up to 36,000. That is pretty good. Lucky critical. Nice. So let's go. Attack. And the timer's running. Or the stopwatch is running. And the parser's going. It's about 15 seconds. And we've already done 247,000. So yeah, he's going to town. I'm sure this guy doesn't, the dummy doesn't have probably the best AC and stuff like that. But again, I'm going to stop this at after 60 seconds, 1 minute. and we'll see what the total is. I'm expecting the air pet to be somewhere in the middle as far as DPS goes. And here we go. 1 minute. Stop. Oh, duh. I'd have to tell it to back off. I'm never ever going to claim to be good at what I do. I'm just going to claim that I'm trying. Maybe we'll do a little better on the next round. Alright, so we're going to set a timer back to 0. So he did a total of 2,100,820 damage. His DPS is 33,378. It was a total of about 63 seconds on the log parser, so close enough to where I told him to stop. He hit for 116 times. Max hit 37,000. Best second. I don't know what that means, but it says 132,296. So we're going to kill him off now. We're going to tell him leave. And we were at air. Now we're going to go earth. I know earth is probably going to be the lowest. At least I'm expecting earth to be the lowest because it's, you know, the tankiest. It's got the most hit points. I think it might have the most AC. I'm not sure. But we're only checking DPS against, you know, the dummy. And that's it. We're not checking anything else. I don't know how I would check his AC and all that stuff. It would be cool if there was a way to get that information, right? If there is, let me know. I'd love to hear it. If it's not too difficult, I might give it a shot. All right. So we're going to say attack and hit the timer. There we go. Timer's running. And yeah, having that pause of inactivity helps because it gives it a fresh start. In case you're wondering. So far, he's doing an average of, like 26,000. He did 28,000 on one of them. It was a lucky critical though. He gets a lot of lucky criticals. Okay, we're getting close to the stop time. And I'm going to have to tell him to back off and time. Okay. Let's hit refresh. All right, this is a significant difference. He did 1,379,793. DPS was 22,996. Yeah, compared to the 33k DPS on the air pet. So significantly less damage, guys. He did 101 hits. I think they hit about the same, you know, as far as accuracy and landing a hit. Actually, I think the air pet hits landed more often. All right, so we're going to tell him to leave. Next, we're going to go with the fire pet. Everybody loves the fire pet, don't they? I'm being sarcastic in case you didn't notice. Yeah, the fire pets at this level they're awful, I think. I would never use one, especially not to tank, most of all. So let's hope it makes me eat my words. Let's see if it does an ungodly amount of damage. It should, considering it has like no hit points and no armor, it should do an amazing amount of damage, but we'll find out. Ready, go. So he's just gonna stand here and I guess cast spells on it like some kind of a really stupid wizard. Wow. It's not impressing me. Fire elemental bolt is what he's casting, and not very often at all. So we will do a second test with the fire elemental pet once I get through all of them, where I put him right next to it and see if he actually hits the guy too. Okay, stop. Let's see how bad it is. How absolutely terrible. Because I'm assuming it to be absolutely terrible. He did like 1 million damage. That's it. So his DPS was 20k. I don't think he landed a single critical anything from the spam. It didn't. I didn't see any of those cool little, things about him landing critical damage. None of that. So I don't know. I don't know if I can maybe get him to stand right next to the thing, and if he'll actually try to hit it too, like with fists. Now that he's right next to it, I think I'm going to give it one more shot. Let's restart the timer, and we'll have him go one more time. Go. Okay, so now it looks like he's swinging at the guy too. But it's so dumb, because he would do so much more damage if he ran up to the guy to melee and at the same time cast his spells. I have a feeling he's going to do better now. I wasn't even sure he would do this, that he would melee. But it looks like he is. Still not terribly impressive or anything like that. So we'll have to see what it is at the end. He is sometimes hitting for like 27k. And we're getting close. We've got about 5 seconds left on the stopwatch here. And we're done. Let's see. I'm assuming it's going to be better. So the first one, it was almost like an even million. It was 1,085,600. The second time around, almost 2 million, guys. Almost 2 million. It was 1,917,303. So if you ever use your fire pet, you're going to have to run him up to your enemy if you want him to be effective. Otherwise, he's going to stand back like a really shitty wizard and barely try. At least without buffs. I don't know if any buffs would make him do a lot better. I doubt it. I really do. That was just sad. Honestly, I would rather use the air pet for sure, or the earth pet, even though the earth pet did significantly less damage with 1,379,000. I mean, at least less damage when I had the fire pet close and personal and using his little fists. So we're going to say leave. And here, the water pet. This one, everyone keeps telling me this one is the absolute best for damage at this level. Maybe I'm being hyperbolic when I say everyone. A few people have said this is the absolute best at this level. Now, they also said he will backstab if you give him a weapon. We're going to try him without a weapon first, like to be fair with all the other pets. And then we're going to give him a weapon. And then I'm going to summon the other ones and try them with weapons too. That way, you know, we have more data. More data, right? Everybody loves data, don't they, folks? Anyway, we're gonna get this going. Let's reset the stopwatch here and attack. In editing, Fez might add some cool battle music or something during this, even though I'm talking through it. We can add it with a low volume or something. Wow, I already see a 50k hit. So already I'm feeling it. I'm feeling like he's doing better. Now, the one reason I don't use water more often is because I'm under the impression that air has better tankability, more AC and HP than water. We're about to hit the back button. Got a few seconds. Back! Alright. I'm expecting to be absolutely wowed. Holy smokes! Did not disappoint. Everybody else was right. As far as the DPS, well, I actually knew he was going to be the highest. Although I did have a slight doubt, because shouldn't the fire do the most damage? You know, burn. It's supposed to be like a wizard, but it just casts so damn slow. I think fire is broken and needs to be fixed. But water is king for sure on the DPS chart. Yeah, it did 3,173,079. DPS was 52k. So that was damage per second, 52k. 118 hits. Max hit 50k. Second best, I don't know what that means, but that's 199k. You tell me, what does that mean? I don't know. But that's on the EQ log parser. Now, going through this, I don't see anything that says it backstabbed so-and-so for so much damage. I guess it would be here. Their hits. This doesn't say backstabs. So let us do the thing where we give him the weapons. Let's call the... And everybody said it doesn't matter what weapons you give him, you just give him weapons and he'll backstab. So they don't necessarily even have to be piercing weapons. This is what some folks told me. Again, not 100% sure. I'm going to give what I usually give these guys. I'll give them one of the air proccing weapons and an ice one. I usually do ice or fire, whatever I feel sounds good at the time. So there we go. He has weapons. So let's see if there's a huge difference in having the weapons. And again, this is not even buffed. None of these guys were buffed. The fire pet cast his own DS. That was it. So you buff them, they're going to do even better, right? So let's give it a shot. Again, I'm going to let him go for a full minute. And I know, before you say anything, backstab, you have to put him behind the guy. But I'm also told that he can backstab from the front. So we're testing that as well. And after we test that, I might turn this guy around and let each pet attack from behind and see if we get different data for back attacks. That might be a game changer for me. I might start trying to get my pet to attack things from behind. I don't know. It depends on if my pet has to tank or not, right? Okay. Attack. And we'll see if there's anything that says it backstabs. Because water pet is supposed to be like a rogue. It's supposed to be able to backstab. Backstabs. It did a backstab already. Okay. Yeah, I already see one. So, yeah, you give it weapons and it can backstab. I'm guessing it doesn't backstab unless it has weapons. I can recheck the spam from before. But I don't remember seeing backstab on the pet before I gave it weapons. And we're about 5 seconds off. 3, 2, 1. Stop. So yeah, right here at the very bottom even, backstabs for 416,000. And that's just a critical, not even a lucky critical. Holy smokes, guys. Holy smokes. So yeah. Wow. I believe everything people say about water pets now. Without a doubt. The only thing that's still in question, look at that, 416,000. Nearly 500,000 in a single backstab. Totally amazing. I am just floored. I'm almost speechless. Okay, so this was where we had the little break. I summoned the weapons. So let's take a look here. I just want to make sure it did not say backstabs at all. And it did considerably less damage. So I'm just scrolling through the spam right now. And it just says hits. It does not say backstab. So it for sure does need weapons to backstab, guys. That is certain. So let's see, from 3 million to 4 million. You give him weapons and he goes from 3 million to 4 million. Impressive. 3,173,000 without weapons. 4,312,000. So more than a full million in damage with the weapons. Equip your pets, guys. Equip your pets. That's all I gotta say. There's been times where I'm like, I'm not gonna bother equipping the pet. He keeps dying. He's just gonna die again. Never again. I'm gonna give them pets some weapons, man. Alright, so sticking with the water pet a little bit here. I'm gonna give it just burnout. Just burnout and see what the difference is. And reset the clock. So with just burnout, which is like a haste and attack buff, I believe, right? And we're gonna go. And hopefully it'll show some interesting numbers. It might jump from 4 million to 5. I don't know. I don't know what to expect. I've never done this before. I've never done this test with a, max level pet before. We're about the halfway mark now. I hope you guys are enjoying this. If you are as fascinated as I am by this data, let me know. If you want me to try more like this, let me know in the comments. people did seem to enjoy my lower level pet tests and experiments, and I'm having fun with this. I'm finding out facts. Here we go, timer. All right, that's it. Let's go to the data. You, my face, it said everything. So it went from 4 million, guys, to 8,620,000. Almost 9 million. It doubled DPS just by giving it burnout. To be precise, it's burnout. What is that? 16 RK2. So it's not even like the raid one, which I don't know if I've ever had an RK3 spell. But yeah. Wow. 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 So use your buffs on your pets too, guys. That is fantastic. I'm absolutely floored. I could not be happier to know this, to learn this. Now, there is one more thing I can do, and I'm curious. So there's this buff here. It's a level 124 spell. And it has the pet, like it gives the pet a proc, like a fire proc. So I think I'm going to add that. In fact, no, let's just add that, because one buff at a time, it just makes the data so much more clear. I was going to go buck wild and give it all the buffs, but just this one. Let's see now. Resetting the timer. And again, we're going to go a full minute and see what happens. Go. So it's just burnout, so it should stay, the total damage should stay around, what is it, 8 million. I'm assuming it'll be above 9 million, because it was almost 9. I can't imagine this proc buff is going to do that much more, because proc buffs, they're okay, you know? Did not expect so much from that haste. Now I'm wondering, what if I give him the full gear? Well, actually, when you summon him, he already has the gear. He has the armor. He has the visor that gives him the haste. So he does have that already, as all my pets do. Ready to say back here in a second. And back. All right. So again, 8,600,000 is the number to beat. Wow, I'm impressed. Wait, no, I'm not. I'm not impressed. I'm disappointed, actually. He did less damage with that proc. No, there's no way. Because he did 8,600,000 before. And this time he only did 7,900,000. It could be that it's like a dice roll. It's like Dungeons and Dragons, right? He maybe rolled snake eyes on a few hits. I don't know. But he did less. He did less damage with that buff. So let's make him attack one more time after removing that buff, and see if we get closer to 8 million again. Again, I know it's like dice rolls. Sometimes you land a crit, sometimes you don't. He could have gotten real lucky, right? And that's what we're testing here at Fezzelwig's dungeon of testing. something. Okay, let's go one more time with just the burnout. Go. If that buff actually hinders his damage, like if he does another 8 mil plus this round without that buff, I will never use that buff on him again. I had no idea a buff could negatively impact. Again, I know it could just be luck and the dice rolls and all that, but if he steadily does 8 million, and with that one buff he did only 7 million, right? I'm gonna like, no, let's not give him that buff. Of course not. Okay, we're almost done. Less than 5 seconds. And back. 8! Almost exactly the same. 8,500,000. Almost exactly the same as before. Don't use this buff. Do not use Ingenious Veil. Yeah, whatever the hell it's pronounced or called. Don't use that buff, guys, on your pet. Maybe it works better if you cast it on a player. I used to always cast this on my pet. It is a garbage buff. Never again. Let's get that out of there. Oof. I wonder if that aura is going to do anything for the pet. Let us also... Let's go buck wild. Let's also get the Ice Flame Palisade buff. So we'll do that. What else do we have that we can cast on him? That won't help him. Conversions, no. Delayed heals, mana flow, miscellaneous, haste. We already got that. All right, I guess that is all I can do as far as pet buffs for now. The block ones don't really. That's for defense. If I'm missing something, you know, let me know. I don't think the damage shield is good, would help him much at all. Let's hit him with Boiling Skin. Although, no, that's got a really long cooldown. It's got 12 seconds. So we'll just do with what we have. There is going to be another test at some point because a friend... Oh, okay, the 12 seconds is up. Says that he likes giving them weapons, like actual player weapons. The attunable ones apparently work. I don't know. I want to see if those would do a lot better damage and stuff. So here we go. We're going to try one more time with these other buffs and see what the difference is there. I kind of want to do like a Raging Servant for a whole minute and see what that does. You know, see how much they do in a single minute. Because those are your swarm pets, right? I could try to do like a host of elements too. Summon my, you know, my whole swarm. See how much damage I do then. But they can backstab from the front. So that was another thing that we did find out. Maybe we'll do one more round where I turn the guy around and stop. And see if my pet can get more backstabs in from the rear. Like do more damage from the rear. You've got to be kidding me. You guys are not going to believe this at all. He did less damage with these extra buffs. How? Why? I don't understand. Why? So, Ice Flame Palisade makes him do less damage? Come on, really? He did 7,214,000. Something has to be off. This has to be incorrect. He should be doing 8 million or more with the extra buffs, not less. What do you guys think about that? Okay. Let's move him. Adjust placement. Here we go. And rotate 90 degrees. Shift G. Okay, there we go. So now we're looking at his butt. We're going to take all these other buffs off and just leave burnout. Because apparently they screw with his glorious damage, right? Tell me what I'm doing wrong. I want to know. I want to know why the numbers are not numbering correctly. So here we go. From behind, one more time with the water pet. It just doesn't make any sense, guys. That you would think more buffs equals better. Is he weighted down by all the buffness of the buffs? I don't know, guys. It's a weird thing to know, to find out about the pets. Again, it could just be luck. That when I put the extra buffs on the pet, he just so happens to roll snake eyes every time. But why is it that when I removed that extra buff, the proccing buff, and then sent them in with just burnout again, there we go, time. It went back up to 8 million. Let me know what I'm doing wrong. Ooh, almost 10 million, 9,900,000. That is fantastic. So having your water pet attack from behind does seem to give him some type of a bonus. Guys, that is amazing. His DPS was 167,883. Hits, nearly 200 hits in that time. No, I've not had that kind of luck at all before. Have your pets attack from behind if you can, if they're not being the main tank. Wow. Oh, he still had taunt on, but yeah, it's just a dummy, so he wasn't going to turn around. It didn't matter. So the max hit, I don't know, 562,000. Again, I don't know why. Oh, second best was 749,000. Yeah, it's this actually max hit. I do understand. Second best, I do not understand. Especially when a lot of times it's higher than the best hit. What does that mean exactly? I don't know. But it's part of the log parser program. I am shocked. I really, really am. Alright, so let's kill the pet for now. And I'm kind of curious to revisit the fire pet here, right? I'm going to spawn him right behind this guy. I don't know, maybe we didn't give fire completely a fair shake. I'm not sure. But we'll give him the haste buff. And we'll give him some weapons. and we'll see if he could do anything a little bit better. I don't think he can. Honestly, I think he's freaking hopeless. I'm going to tell him to guard right there. That way I can just back up and tell him to attack. And we're going to say attack. And timer is running. Because who knows, maybe he's meant to attack from behind as well. I don't know. But switching around from like different pets isn't something I'm going to be doing. So I'm probably going to stick with using just air, water, and earth, you know, depending on the need. Like if I'm fighting things that tend to run away, you know, earth is kind of good for that because it can root. Air is great because it procs that stun, good against casters. Time's almost up. And that's time. Let's see, I'm ready for a big old disappointment. I know it's not going to be nowhere near 9 million. And I'm right, it's 4 million. 4 million I think is the best you're going to ever see from the lame-ass fire pet. I don't think the fire pet is worth scribing, much less trying to use or equip or any of that. I don't know why anybody would want to use the fire pet. At least not at 125. Do yourself a favor, just keep it on ice. So yeah, we're just going to tell him to leave and never come back. And I don't know. Let's do one last one. I'm just going to get the air pet again because he is one of my favorites. I'm going to give him a couple of weapons. Going to give him the good old burnout buff. Reset the timer. And tell him to attack and see what he does with weapons in his hands. If you guys are enjoying this, if you like when I do these wacky experiments and try different pets to see what kind of damage they do, and I like doing it in a sterile environment like this because you don't know if you're fighting different mobs. This mob might have a little better AC than the other one. It might be actually wearing some of the armor that it's carrying that it drops, or whatever, you know. This way it's the same mob every single time, same AC, same everything, and it's in the same position, so there's no other variables. I feel like it's pretty good for doing a test like this to get better, more accurate numbers. And that is time. And let's take a look at what kind of DPS it did. I'm sure way better than the fire. Not great, you know, 500 million, 216,283. Still, of course, better than the fire. The first round, the air pet with nothing only did 2 million. So yeah, still pretty good. I guess if I really want to do the most damage, do the most harm, water pet. Water pet every time, guys. Give it weapons so it can backstab. They can backstab from the front or the back. It does look like they get some kind of attack bonus, or just they get more shots through because the thing isn't blocking when they're attacking from behind. So I would recommend attacking from behind if you can. Of course, if you're soloing and you're counting on your pet to do the face-to-face tanking, it can't attack from behind. But still, you know, if you want to do the highest level of damage, the water pet, I'd say second highest would be air, right? Because air is still a good solid tank. The earth pet, honestly, I don't think the earth pet will be able to hold a candle to them on the DPS level. But this has been fun. I don't think I've been this excited doing a video in a while. I think this is what my content should be more of, just doing wacky tests and experiments, guys. If you like this, please leave a thumbs up. I would appreciate it. If you have any feedback or thoughts of your own, or would like to see me try maybe with different pets, different classes, I can try. I can tell you right now, though, I do not have a max level Necromancer or a max level Beast Lord, so I would have to do it at a lower level. I think they're all about level 110. I have characters of those classes at about 110, which I can try. And it might have similar results. But this was fun. This was genuinely fun. And I did not expect some of these results. I think the only thing that was not really surprising was the fire pet sucking ass. It's just not worth it. It really isn't. I guess, I don't know, maybe at lower level the fire pets were a little better because yeah, they did run up to stuff and tanked a little better. But these high level ones, they're like the worst wizard ever. Thank you to all my subscribers, all my Patreon patrons, all my YouTube channel members for your support and your continued support. You guys are awesome. I love you guys so much. And again, I have a Patreon. Feel free to check out the link below. You'd be supporting me and supporting the channel. YouTube memberships are also an option. And, you know, you get to join the private Discord when you become a member. There's a link to it. And again, you're making me happy. You're helping me out. Thank you, everybody. Have a great day and a wonderful tomorrow.
Stomp, stomp, stomp. Growl!
Oh no, I peed.
The dungeon's deep, the mana's low. A Lich King's curse begins to grow. My spellbook's open on the page to turn the tide and end this age. I whisper words of ancient might and step into the ethereal light. The glyphs ignite a brilliant show, but the hardest part is what I know. Do I summon the stone? The mountain zone, a wall of earth, a tank of granite bone, or call it gust. The tempest trust, a dizzying strike to lay them in the dust. Do I conjure the blaze for those far-off days, a searing lance that shoots from far away, or the watery shroud, silent and proud, a backstab in the chaos, quick and loud. The warrior's shield is taking blows, the cleric's chant is healing woes. I need a partner, a loyal friend on whose performance I can depend. A golem's fist to hold the line, a whirlwind's fist that's more divine, a specter of flame to rain down hell, a dagger of ice from the tidal swell. Do I summon the stone? The mountain zone, a wall of earth, a tank of granite bone, or call the gust. The tempest trust, a dizzying strike to lay them in the dust. Do I conjure the blaze for those far-off days, a searing lance that shoots from far away, or the watery shroud, silent and proud, a backstab in the chaos, quick and loud. Each element answers a different need, for every tactic a different breed. Do I want an anchor, a stunning surprise, a long-range solution, or stealthy demise? The incantation is waiting, the power powers in my hand. The fate of this raid rests on the pet I've planned. So I summon the stone, the mountain zone, a wall of earth, my tank of granite bone. But tomorrow's a new fight, a different scene. Maybe the gust or the fire sheen, or the watery shroud, silent and proud. For now Earth stands firm, resilient and loud. Let's hold the line. Yeah, that's the one for now. But tomorrow, maybe a fireball or an air elemental, just to mix it all. The Mage dilemma, every single time. So many choices, and they're all mine.